We live? Yeah. Strick City. Woo! Strick City. All over the world.
Strick City, man, we live. Yo, Strick City on the ride. Yo, look like surprise. Yo, taking your city like we live. Yo, man, we live. Yo, taking your city like surprise. Yo, on the ride. Yo, Strick City coming live. Yo.
Air traffic control.
Hey, this is your boy, Strick, man, and we are live. If I don't have anything, I know I got my man Nathan watching right now. Thanks for the comment, sir. It is that time for another show, and man, I appreciate everybody coming back, being a part of it. If you don't know, if you hadn't heard, I have a superstar guest tonight. Yeah, I'm excited about tonight's show. But before I do that, let me go ahead and give out the rules. I don't have my girl A-Lo with me tonight. Big shouts out to A-Lo. So I get to give the rules. The rules are, if you're seeing this show, if you guys are on watching, share it. All you have to do is share it and then add your Cash App as you are sharing it. We'll get a chance to see it, and you could be a winner. Yeah, it's just a sharing contest. I want to promote sharing so your friends can actually see this tonight. And I want everybody to enjoy it. We're going to post it in a lot of places, but it's nothing like you posting it for us. So share it, leave your Cash App. I'm going to go through who shared it, and I personally will Cash App you some money. Big shouts out to your girl A-Lo for hanging out with us tonight as well in the comments. All right? So I don't have a BMO shirt on tonight. It's actually a Kim Scott music shirt, but my man BMO always hooks me up with T-shirts. BMOapparel.com is where you go for the latest stock of T-shirts, even if you need them custom made. All right, big shouts out to BMO. I forgot to tell everybody there is a discount. All you have to do is use the discount code STRICK20, STRICK20, and you can get a discount on whatever you purchase from him. Go there, use a discount, save some money on your boy Strick. You know what I'm saying? All right, next thing. Urbanham.com is a partner of ours. All you have to do is go to their website, see all the stuff they got going on. They are posting stuff all the time. If you want to be in the know, go to Urban Ham. All right, I think that's it. I think that's all of my announcements. I'm ready to go. Where y'all at tonight? Share this one. I need you to pay attention because tonight we have the #1 smooth jazz album, top 100 smooth jazz album from smoothjazz.com. The artist is in the building. Oh, I know we online and it's not really a building. We're in the same building. You guys are in different buildings, but I got her on the show. And she's very special to me. So we get a chance to kind of merge audiences tonight. So her audience don't know who DJ Strick is, and my audience is trying to figure out why she's got a different last name. But I want to bring her on right now, none other than my wife, Kim Scott. Hey, Kim.
Hey, hey, that was
Listen,
pretty nice.
Kim, let me tell you this. This is going to be a really short interview.
Okay,
You got the
why is
hair
that?
done, the makeup on, you looking all pretty and everything. This is not going to take us long at all, okay?
Okay.
Listen, um, my studio is not big enough for both of us to be in here, so you're actually in the dining room as set up. You look good. I'm gonna be the first to say it. So before somebody says it in the comments, you look beautiful tonight. How are you feeling?
Thank you, baby. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Now, we're going to talk about your music tonight because you actually have this week the #1 smooth jazz song. No, 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 no. Out of the top 100 smooth jazz albums, you got the #1 album. Kim Hill. Huh?
It feels unbelievable. I'm just incredibly grateful and humbled by the experience. We make music just so people will love it and be, just inspired. But when the world recognizes the music and loves the music as much as you do, that's just a win-win. So I'm really excited for me and the whole team.
So tonight I actually have somebody that came on to hang out with us tonight. I flashed this picture up really quick so people may already have a clue of who I'm talking about. He is a super producer. You know what I'm saying? The guy is just downright talented as a producer. He
Mhm.
actually produced 3 of your 4 albums. Is that correct?
He did. He did. He produced Rite of Passage, and of course, Southern Heat, and now Free to Be.
And
Why
I'm
stop a
excited to
good
have him
thing?
because I have to say this before he comes on. He already knows how I feel about this. I said, hey, dude, I need you to come to the show. I want to talk about what you got going on. Hey, Strick Man, I'm not really available. You call him, and it's like, you know what? Hey, I got 15 minutes. So without further ado, my man, I love him to death. He's super talented. He's like family to us, none other
Hmm.
than Kelvin Wooten.
Strick,
Wooten,
Strick.
Wooten,
What's
turn
up?
me up, man.
I'm-
Huh?
I got it all the way up, Strick. I
You
got it
got me
all the
all the
way
way
up.
up. Hey
I
man, I
promise.
appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Now you are part of what we have going on as far as the music with Kim, and man, 3 out of the last 4 albums, and this one being recognized as the top album on SmoothJazz.com. That's not like a minor accomplishment. That's really really huge. Now I know in the list of awards and nominations and Grammys you have. I mean, you are very accomplished as an artist, but having a smooth jazz album chart like this for you, what does it mean for you, Kelvin?
Well, Strick, man. First of all, hey Kim, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Well,
Thanks for
first
being
of
on
all,
here.
yeah, thank you. I mean, it's a first for me. Smooth that jazz is one of the genres I've probably been associated with the longest. Although a lot of people know me for R&B and hip hop and gospel music. Um, and I'm just, Kim sends me texts and sends emails to update me on the progress. And every time she updates me, it seems like it just goes higher and higher and higher. And I'm just, I'm taken back. I'm not shocked. I'm not
Right.
shocked because I know working with Kim and her team, and they really work very, very hard. It's not something that just comes by surprise to me. With all the other artists I work to have great accolades, that's part of the equation. You know, they work really, really hard.
Hey,
And she's meticulous about how things sound, and I love that because I'm super picky too. You know, so I'm super happy. I'm super happy for her. More important, because I know this is a major thing for her. As I do a ton of other projects, so you know, I get to share that celebration with everybody. But this is a thing that's personal for you guys, and I'm super excited about that.
man, it's been great. Like actually watching the process of those albums, and sometimes even myself being in the studio. But Kim, help me out because Kevin is going to be really, really humble, and modest about some of the people he worked with. But you know his resume, right?
Oh my goodness. Yes. I mean, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Anthony Hamilton, Mary J. Blige, Lecrae, Jill Scott. I mean, there is a long list, and it's just amazing how talented he is, how gifted a musician and a producer, and to just have all those talents and be a sweet-natured person.
I
You
don't know if
know,
you want to call him a sweet natured person. He's
he
a
has a
really
sweet.
nice guy. You know,
I, li-
come
I,
on, he's got to work
I'm,
with people in
I'm
the
going to go with
industry.
strict on that one. I, you know, we can say sweet natured amongst each other, but you
Right,
know,
right, right, right.
He is very humble, just real
thank
down to earth, and it's just been a pleasure to work with him. I tell him all the time, I'm going to keep coming back to work with him because he just has such a great work ethic. He has a great ear. The chemistry between the band and all of us, when we get in that studio, we make some magic, and it really comes through when people hear the record. And I love that. So thank you, Woot, for all you do.
thank you for allowing me to do it. Being a producer to me is only as good as the artist can represent the music. And when a producer to me is just one that creates a palette for a person that already knows and has a vision for what they want to do. Each album that Kim has done, she's had a vision for the project. This one was a very, very specific vision, and it was a very, very deliberate move, and it challenged me, and I like that too. And it
Right.
challenged me to do some things that I haven't ever done outside of working with Kim. So she's very deliberate. She said, "This is where I want this album to go," and by God, we're here.
Right.
I mean, really, honestly, you have to think about it. Like it was very much spoken into existence. You know, and I definitely don't ever like to get in the way of that. I love when an artist has vision, and I know that with the team of what you guys do, I know you guys are very centered and focused on what you're gonna do. It's very you've already taken it to God. It's always something that's
That's
already
right.
gonna be that's already been prayed over, and I just have to make sure when I get in the mix that I don't mess anything up. And so a lot of it is just trusting and relying on Kim and having the other and especially a team of great musicians that I played with for 20, 25 years plus, and just have them come in and do what they do. It's really not rocket science.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
let me
No.
ask you this question. You and Kim, the atmosphere between the musicians, because most of them, for all of the albums, at least the last three, have been the same musicians on the album, and they are, in the most cases, the same guys that play the live shows. How important is the family unit to making good music?
Kim, you
I
want
would say it's hugely important. I mean, you have to be so trustworthy and so trusting when you're in this place because as a musician, you make your best music when you're vulnerable and in the music making. I don't have to worry about if I go somewhere that we haven't rehearsed. If it
Mm,
just comes to me and it hits me, the band follows me. Or, if Woot's on keys or West's on keys and he does something and he takes us another avenue, we trust him and we follow that and we go with that energy.
good.
And I think that's really, really important. What would you say, Woot?
I would say, yeah, and I would say, yeah, I second all of that. I would also say too, a part of the choices for those musicians is that there is a family unit. It's I literally when you talk about Eric Essex, you talk about Sean Michael Ray, you talk about Pete Spraggins. I literally have trust those guys literally with my life. And a lot of it's beyond the music. And even with Kim, when we talk about things outside of the music, you know, there's a trust factor that, hey, I can talk to you about this in confidence. And you don't really we don't think about it, but a lot of times that leads to the music being like what she said, you know, I can trust you because, hey man, I trust you with something way more than 12 notes.
Right.
I trusted you with my life on some things. I trusted you to tell you some things in confidence. And that really adds a certain type of energy to the music. So it is important, you know. It just so happens that the guys that were on the record also are the guys that perform live. So
Right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, the trust, the vulnerability, I decided that I've chose you to be the producer of my a cappella gospel album. Strick does the gospel hits.
You said acapella?
Acapella, yeah. I'm gonna go straight Acapulco on the whole album.
Acapulco. Did you say Acapulco?
It's straight Acapulco on the whole album, and
Let's
I want
go.
you to produce
I'm
it.
down to go to Acapulco.
That's a whole new level right there. When you go Acapulco.
I got you,
gonna
Strick.
do it. And so I appreciate your willingness to, you know what I'm saying, be a part of the project.
Hey, well, you know what? Kim knows when I produce, I let an artist be themselves. And it ain't gonna be any different with you, Strick.
Listen, there's a little known fact that Kevin Wooten made DJ Strick actually sound like a dance record. Like what's the song called, Kim, that we did together?
Oh, Groove With Me. That's right.
Listen, that was all Kevin Wooten and Kim. Because this dude, he was a super producer to be able to put all that stuff together. So if y'all hadn't heard that song, Groove With Me, what album was that?
It's on the Southern Heat album.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a line dance
that one
song.
out.
That was a fun album.
It was fun.
Yeah, we figured we figured out how to take it to another level on that album. I really like that one.
Yeah.
Well, Woot, man, you know what? I promised you this wouldn't be long. You gave us a lot of your time. I appreciate you, man. So
Hey,
I
man,
don't want to hold you any longer. I just want people to know that I know you. Like everybody that's watching, Strick knows Kelvin Wooten, like super producer. This dude is working with some of the biggest artists right now.
You know what? We have known each other for a minute. Though.
Say that again?
We've known each other for a while, though.
We've known each other for a long time.
Actually, before I knew Kim.
Yeah. So people don't know all that stuff. So I'm letting them know. And some people, you know, they're still getting a chance to figure out who's producing Lecrae's stuff. It's that dude up in Anniston, Alabama, you know? Hey, Athens, check this out.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. I don't want to hold you. There's some people that's shouting us out. Sean Microwave is watching.
Sean.
Miss Pruitt is watching. Joyce White, thank you for watching. Hey, Woo, I'll let you go, man. Check this out. I got my wife here in the studio. If you don't know, my wife is actually Kim Scot. She is a jazz flutist with the #1 album from smoothjazz.com, top 100 albums. This is phenomenal. Now, if you don't know who smoothjazz.com is, we actually have the record executive. All right, so the executive of smoothjazz.com, her name is Sandy Shore. She wanted to be a part of this conversation, but she was actually traveling and wanted to send this message to Kim. So here's Sandy Shore from smoothjazz.com.
Hey there, Sandy Shore here from smoothjazz.com Global. I wanted to congratulate my good friend Kim Scot for the great success she's having with her album Free to Be. From the #1 chart-topping Billboard single to her greatest success on smoothjazz.com thus far, landing at the #1 position on the smoothjazz.com top 100 album chart with Free to Be. Kim, you're doing amazing. It's been such a joy to actually be able to work with you for the better part of 10 years, to watch your career blossom and grow and to be a part of it. And I'm actually traveling at the moment, which is why you're getting this greeting from me from the road, driving from the East Coast to the West Coast, carrying some precious family items. We had a loss in our family, and so we're making the journey across the country and staying as safe as possible during these times. We are prepared, so and we're stocked full with disinfectant. We should be okay. And I just wanted to take a moment to wish you all the best and to just tell you how great it is to work with you. I'm a proponent and advocate for women in jazz, and I'm just so happy that you have stuck with it. And I've watched you over the years when you started out and asked a bunch of questions on how, to actually be heard in the genre. And, I remember those early conversations, and you have, created your own path, and you've done it very well. And I'm just very excited for you, and I look forward to the next project and working further and deeper with you as the years roll on. Sending you my very best from the road, and thanks so much for the opportunity to work with you. Talk to you soon.
Wow, Kim. Sandy Shore, like really, that's what you're doing now? Get messages from the head of smoothjazz.com? Like,
Oh,
I
that was
know
really
that
sweet.
you've been working with them for a while. Tell me about your experience with smoothjazz.com.
Wow. First of all, thank you to Sandy Shore for taking the time to even send that video. I know she lost a family member, and my condolences to them. But um, they have been with me from the very first album, to be honest. My very first single, Crossing Over, I remember calling Sandy up because she has a great reputation for promotions and marketing in smooth jazz, and her reputation superseded her. People were just saying, this is who you need on your team. So I called her up. I told her I was a new smooth jazz artist. I had my first album out, and I needed her to tell me everything she knew about marketing. And she laughs about that even now. Like, I asked a lot of questions. I'm very inquisitive. I wanted to know everything about the business. So I put my baby project in her hands, and that was 10 years ago. I can't even believe it. So now, with this fourth album, to have the top number one album in smooth jazz right now is just unbelievable. And I'm so grateful for that, and so grateful for Sandy and smoothjazz.com and Smooth Jazz Global. Her whole team is amazing. And they've just been supportive of me from day one. I would encourage any artist out there to acquire their services, because they're amazing at what they do. And they really have a heart for artists and their music. They really want to create a platform to make this genre even more present.
That's what's up. So,
Yeah.
Kim, we had a chance to hang out with Sandy Shore, and that's when I met her. And I just absolutely fell in love with her as someone that was extremely humble, business minded. I mean, of course, you can tell that from what she's built with smoothjazz.com, but also
Yeah.
really wanting to work in excellence. And the event that she put on that we had a chance to go to. So her and her whole team, we had a chance to meet some really special people that's on her team, from the night with the concert, and then the winery we had a chance to go to where you actually played. What was that feeling like for you as a artist to kind of go for a couple of days to California and work with Sandy Shore and smoothjazz.com?
It was a wonderful experience to actually, meet all the people that I have been working with for so many years. Of course, you see them online, you talk to them on the phone, but to spend that time with them and really feel like these are people that you love, and they love you, and they look out for your best interest, and they support what you're doing. It was a wonderful feeling. And to be invited to play that festival with such an amazing roster of musicians. I mean, Nathan East from Foreplay, there were some wonderful artists there. Avery Sunshine, Brendan Rothwell. I could continue on with the names, but it was just a wonderful experience to be on the stage with those people making music. People that I had watched and listened to for years, even before I made records.
So it's hard for me to sit on this side and actually look at you because we're in two different places in our home. You look good tonight. I'm gonna say it for the third time. Like, wow.
Thanks.
I'm like, we really got to cut this short. But for the sake of the people tonight, I want to stay focused because Sandy actually called right when the quarantine started, and she said, "Hey, we want to do some videos for people at home." Like I said, she's a humble lady, always thinking about the people, and she asked us to do a video. You want to describe how that went down?
Yeah, she and I were actually on the same brainwave. We didn't speak about this to other people, but at the same time, she and I said, we want to do this thing. And I thought, that's exactly what I was thinking about. So she wanted to do a smooth at home concert series because people were stuck at home. Concert goers like to be up in front of the artist, near the stage and taking it all in. And they had tickets to a lot of shows that they couldn't go to anymore. So she wanted us to do something really special just for our fans, for the listeners. And that was to make music in our home and send it out to the world. So I recorded a song that I have on the Free to Be album by her. She's a popular R&B singer or pop singer. And it's called Best Part. It was a huge success when it came out on the smoothjazz.com social media platforms. I think there was 19,000 views or something like that. So I'm really excited that people enjoyed it.
So, am I right in saying when you were actually playing this song and recording it, like the only thing you could think about was me?
That's when I record every song, babe. Every song. You
You
are
are
my best
so
part.
lying. Like whatever it
You
takes.
are my best
Have you
part.
just not learned? You just learned that from me, right? Just keep going. Whatever he says, that's the truth, right? Huh?
No, it is the truth. Hey, it is the truth.
Well, you said
You
the.
you inspire a lot of what I do. So
I appreciate it, and you know what? I already know. Listen, this song is called "Best Part" by her, and this is Kim Scott's rendition of it from the home studio. Here it is. up. Hey, could you elaborate a little bit more about how you find me as your inspiration to the music? Could you talk a little bit more about that? Huh?
You are cracking me up. Okay, sweetheart, you're the love of my life.
Well, I know that.
Every
I mean, you tell me something I
No, you know
don't
what?
know.
Really, when you make music, you do have to reach down. You have thoughts of your loved ones. You have thoughts of, just wanting people to be inspired and touched. So, you have to emote to bring emotion from others,
Can I
if
tell
that
you
makes
what you
sense.
really think on some songs? Like, so I know the process, and I'm gonna tell everybody else the process.
Please tell us the
Kim
process.
makes music, okay? So she could take it to her father. They sit in their car, and he listens and cries. Like
That is so true.
she knows before she leaves the studio that her father is just gonna fall in love with one particular song. It's just the way it is. It has nothing to do with me. It's all she's gonna make her daddy cry. I already know. I already
That is
know.
hilarious. And he does cry. He is always the first person other than you to hear the music before it even, makes it to mixing and mastering. And he cries every time uh, we have recording session or a listening party in the car in front of his house before every record comes out. So
That
yes,
being
you're
said,
right.
that being said, you do have people that take credit for your vocals. Like they train you how to sing, they put the food in your hand, and you really do have some inspiration when it comes to your family, your parents being musicians as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. My mother was a music educator. I mean, that was her training for 30 plus years, and she retired and she went back to work. My dad was a saxophone player. She was a pianist and a vocalist. They both sang, actually. But also, they were in their own funk band before I was born, the Dynamic Soul Machine. And you can actually still Google them or go to YouTube and type in Dynamic Soul Machine. You can hear the records that they cut because they were on the Stax record label. But they introduced me to music and my siblings to music when we were very, very young. And music was always a part of our upbringing. There was always music playing in the house. I took classical piano lessons, I took classical violin lessons. And when, they decided to get me a flute because I wanted to play that in the band in fifth grade, I was sold. And one thing I really appreciate about my parents is that they supported everything I wanted to do with music. I mean, I was the ultimate, I don't want to say nerd, but I was so devoted to
No, no, no.
music.
You can say that.
Okay, I was a music nerd. I loved music. I, thought about it all day. I practiced all day, all night. I'd rather practice than go outside when I was a little girl. And they encouraged that. Every concert I went to, my mom was there with a video camera. I probably have every concert on video. But even through high school, through college, they were always there, always supportive, and they still are. So I'm blessed by that. I'm blessed that my family in general, on both sides, I have a very large family, as you know,
I do.
and they try not to miss a beat. They're coming to concerts. They're supporting me in every way, and I love them, and I'm grateful for them too.
So have you shared it to the Felder family page already? Because you know that that's
Oh,
going to be a big deal. And
I
big shouts
did.
out to the Floyds and really and the Stricklands. You
And the
know,
Stricklands. We have a beautiful family all the way around.
all the way around. That being said, you're part of a whole nother family. That's the Intervision Records family, and that actually happened 2 albums ago. Actually
Yeah,
signed
two
to a
albums
record label.
ago, right after Rite of Passage came out, is when they made the offer. And so they picked up all the albums after that. But I did record Southern Heat and Free to Be as an official Intervision Records label artist.
So
So
tell me
I'm
about that process for you. Now we have family watching, but we also have other artists that are watching this that are inspired by what you do and have done in the industry. I mean, tonight you had Sandy Shore from smoothjazz.com sending you a shout out. Like she's on the road making time for you. Tell us what that process was for you of getting your record deal with Intervision Records.
Well, it's a tricky thing. It's not like with a record deal, you go out and seek them and you make them an offer. I want to be on your label. It doesn't work like that. You really have to put your time in as an artist and grind and get your name out there, get as much visibility as you can on stage, put out great product, invest in your product, because nobody wants a great CD and there's nothing to push it and get it on the airwaves. The more visibility you have, the more quality work you have, the more work ethic that you have, you are usually visible to those industries, those record labels. They're looking for, we're their product in essence. You know what I'm saying? If they're going to invest in the artist, they want to have an artist who is a go-getter, an artist who is not afraid to work hard, get on stage, be a good representation of them.
Right.
And somebody that's going to have longevity. They're not looking for a one-hit wonder. They're not looking for a one record deal. Most record labels will sign you up for 3 albums minimum.
Right.
So that would be my recommendation for artists. Do you create your brand, make some good choices, work extremely hard, and hopefully those things will come to you. When it comes to you, it's the best thing.
So for artists that are coming up right now, Kim, everybody being an independent artist is not like the worst deal in the world. And being a label artist is different than what it used to be as far as the deals that labels are giving. What would be your biggest advice to them?
For independent artists,
Right.
you know what? In seeking out a deal, you really want to do your research on the different labels and see what they're offering and see if it works for you. Every deal is not for you. For instance, there are some labels who are more of a distribution label. So they're going to support you all the way, but their job is to really help you get your music marketed, get it to be for sale on different platforms and have a wider visibility across the world. Some labels really take full advantage of your career, down to telling you who to record with, who can write your songs. You have to buy your product from them in order to sell it at your shows. There's a wide gamut of, different types of record deals. I'm grateful for my deal. I love Intervision Records because they still allow me to be myself.
Right.
I'm a classically trained flutist that plays jazz.
Right.
So my sound is different from most jazz flutists. Intervision's not telling me to change that. They think that is what makes me unique.
Right.
They don't tell me who I have to make records with, which is important to me because, again, I have a family of musicians that I work well with and that we play well together and that I trust. I can still write my own songs. I can choose who I want to write songs with. I can create the vision for my albums and not be told, this is your title. You're going to have to choose, or we're choosing songs or helping you choose songs to go on these projects. I really methodically think about what I want that project to look like and sound like before we even make the first record.
I'm telling you, sweetheart, this is going to be a short interview. This needs to be over like right now. Like I hear
I'm
you
glad
talking,
you're so
but
pleased.
all I do is just see you. Like my eyes is like, oh my God.
Oh, well, same here.
Hey,
You're quite handsome.
This is my chance to interview a female, and I can kind of like gush all over her, and it's okay
have
because she's my
permission.
wife. You know what I'm saying? This is really
That's
cool.
sweet. I can't really see your face. Are you making googly eyes and stuff?
Oh yeah. I totally am, and everybody else can see it if you can. Do me this favor. I don't know if you had an opportunity. Well, let's do this. We talked about Intervision. We have another video, Adam from Intervision. He has a video that he wants to share, but I want to talk about his role before. Well, let me play the video, and then we talk about his role with your record and how it gets out.
Hey Kim, how you doing? Adam Leibowitz here from Intervision Records and ASL Music Media and Promotion. I'm here with a special message of congratulations to you for all your success in your career, and of course on your most current album, Free to Be, which yielded, as we see right behind me, #1 on Emerge, and the success of the current title cut single, Free to Be, which is currently in the top 5 and hopefully going to be at the top soon. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you. You are one of the true rarities as an artist with tremendous talent, but also so organized and efficient and responsible. No offense to any other artists, of course, but it's always been a pleasure working with you, and it's so great to, I'm always excited when I hear a new track from you, and I know we're always going to do well at radio, and I'm just happy to be able to be here and congratulate you virtually on all the wonderful success that is so well deserved on your part. Thanks, Kim.
Wow, Kim.
Wow.
Now, I got to say this. I hope Adam sees this later. He looks really good. He looks younger. I don't know what.
He does. The
In
quarantine is
California,
working for
Adam,
him,
you
huh?
look really good, man. Thank you for taking the time to do that video. Adam has been with Kim from the beginning. Did he not promote the very first album?
He did. He was another mentor for me early on from the very first single. He has a great ear. He's actually the owner of ASL Music Media and Promotion. So my first encounter with him was as my US radio promoter. So I had smoothjazz.com for a more global approach, and I had Adam with ASL Music Media and Promotion for US radio promotion. He's been doing it for a very long time. You know, he knows the business. He has great relationships with the program directors of radio stations across the country. And I saw very quickly with the first single, Crossing Over, that he was going to do right by me. You know, #1, it's expensive to have radio promotion. I'm not going to even throw the number out there, but it is an investment for an artist, indeed. So when you spend that kind of money, you are literally putting your baby in somebody's hands and telling them to feed it, please. You know, it's not gonna. And he has such integrity that he works those records. So even with Crossing Over, it still hit the Billboard chart. I was a new artist and it hit the Billboard chart. And of course, I've had several Billboard hits since then. Block Party, Sweet Obsession was on there, Sizzle. I've had a couple of collaborations. Heat topped the charts. And of course, Emerge was the #1 for 2 weeks on Billboard. So he does a great job of helping listen to the record and picking out or agreeing with me on which songs I want to release. So thank you to Adam for that. And thank you to Adam for being such a great colleague and as one of the co-owners of Intervision Records. You know, he's very supportive of all the artists on the roster. He really looks out for us. You know, he really is, he takes a personal investment or a personal interest.
So his
in
media
each
team,
of us.
as far as production, am I right? They were the #2 radio promoters of all of 2019?
No, they were the #2 record label in the country for smooth jazz.
Wow.
I think it was 2 or 3. 2 or 3. I don't want to get that wrong, but we were in the top. Blake Aaron, yeah, we've got a huge roster. And all of those guys, Blair Bryant is on there, Will Donato. In fact, in the label, we have, I think, 3 artists, 2 in addition to myself, that have all had #1s. And this past year alone, 3 artists from Intervision topped at #1. So that's a huge accomplishment for a label.
It really is. It really is. So I want to tell you something, Kim. You may not know this. Before Southern Heat was actually made. No. Let's go back. What was the album before Southern Heat?
Rite of Passage.
Rite of Passage.
Yeah.
Adam and I had a conversation because we were talking about the promotion of the album. We was getting ready to have a new album. I don't know if you didn't know this, but there was a conversation between me and Adam. And basically it went down like this. Adam had heard about how great of a vocalist I was, and he wanted to sign me as a singer to the label. He said it didn't matter whether you did smooth jazz, it didn't matter whether you did gospel. I want to sign you because I've heard how great you sing. And I said, sure. I don't do that kind of thing. Like, I am not selling my soul to a record label. You know, I like to sing and I give it to the world. So I said, I have a better offer for you. Why don't you sign Kim? And that's how that all came about. I never told you that,
Oh,
but I'm giving you that
wow.
information now.
Wow, that's how it went down.
That's exactly what happened.
I'm, lightning could strike at any moment,
There's
and
no
I
need
know
for
you're
lightning
right
to
below
strike.
me in the
That was a
studio.
conversation between me and Adam. I said, Adam, I can't do the singing thing with the label. Why don't you get Kim? She's doing great. You know her music. And he says, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
Oh, well, you know what? Let me say this. Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
Right.
I get to hear his vocals every day, and
And you're
the fact
blessed
that
by
you
it.
went a
Would
different
you
direction.
please tell the people how it affects you like every
It
day?
affects
How
me all
like
right.
down in the inside of you, you have a
Way down.
response when I sing and it just does something to you.
Yeah, usually it just makes me cringe or
You say cringe,
combust in
I say
laughter,
there's an
or
emotional response
it's
to
emotional.
every note.
It's emotional, all right.
There you go.
I'll
There you
just say
go.
you have gifts. You have gifts, son.
There you go. Thank you so very much. So people are listening. Big shouts out, my man PJ. People are watching and they're listening to this thing. You have so many things going on right now. So with the quarantine, you're still working for the School of Fine Arts, Alabama School of Fine Arts.
I am. I still am. This is my 21st year at the Alabama School of Fine Arts. I can't believe that. I'm no longer in the classroom. This was my first full year to be a full-time administrator. But I still get to support young artists, young budding artists, and that gives me so much joy. So I'm still doing that. We're working from home like most people are, trying to figure out how to reopen schools. It's driving us insane. But I'm also making music. I'm getting ready to go back in the studio for album number 5. Really excited about that. I've got some great collaborations cooking. I can't tell you about them now, but you guys are going to be really excited. I'm going to have my same musicians with me. I don't think I told them that yet, but I'm sure they already know. PJ, Sean, Eric, Westwood, all of those guys. They're my brothers, and again, we make awesome music together. So I'm not planning to change anything. All right. Making music. I'm teaching a camp this summer in about a week and a half, I guess, with Athena Music Academy. It's an all-girls academy, a national camp. I'm excited about that. I'm teaching a improvisation class, and I'm playing a live concert for these young female musicians in middle school and high school all across the country.
That's
Super
awesome.
excited about that. You know, I love kids, and I love kids who are aspiring to be an artist because it just reminds me so much of myself, you know.
That's what's up. Well, we always have Alo is not here, and she would ask you this question if she was. We always ask questions like, "What would be your favorite artist to perform with?" That's always a good
Mm.
question for people to see, where your head is. Who would you, Kim, other than me? I know you want to perform with me. I'm not, available right now. But who would you want to perform with if you had a chance to pick and choose?
Ah, I would probably say Jeff Lorber or Greg Manning. Just because I think they're brilliant keyboardists and I love their energy. And anybody that has my records, I love high energy music. So something like that, or God rest his soul, George Duke was a favorite of mine, or still is a favorite of mine. He's no longer living. Dave Valentine. I would have been so honored to be on stage with either of those. But I can truly say I've been blessed to be on stage with a lot of people that were on my list, 10 years ago. you know, I this past January, I think it was, I was able to sing a song with Nathan East from Foreplay and a couple other members of Foreplay that they recorded on an album that I used to listen to as a freshman in college. I could not believe I was asked to sing that song with them. So,
Wow.
there's so many moments in my life that I look back on and go, oh my goodness, you just have to like pinch me, because I'm on stage with some of the very people that I listened to for years.
Wow.
And I know they've been playing music for 20, 30 years. And
Right.
I haven't been doing it as long,
Right.
but God has given me an opportunity to walk through so many doors, and
That's
I'm
awesome.
really grateful for that.
Well, do me a favor, Kim. I know we need to wrap this up for the people, but I know we have some new merchandise we want to talk about. Do you have
Mm.
the cup handy at all?
I do not have the cup handy, but
No,
you
no,
can
no. Do
see
me a
it.
favor. I'm going to talk for a minute about Block Party Radio. If you can grab one really quick
Really?
and come back,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so let me do this. We have a radio show that's probably 4 or 5 years old, and I want to say big shouts out to Brittany Young. She's over the Alabama public radio, so it's like 5 stations that she's actually picked it up Sunday nights and actually does play. And I'm so super excited about that particular radio stations through Alabama that's playing it, but it's all over the nation now. It's called Kim Scot's Block Party Radio Show. And so it's a 2 hour show, featured show that's playing. And man, Kim gets an opportunity to promote other artists. And tonight I'm wearing one of her shirts. I'm wearing one of her shirts. So basically, these are some merchandise that you could pick up. She actually said off camera how she thought I looked in it. So thank you for saying that. I want to bring her back now. You got the cup. So this is something
I
new that we're
do.
doing. If you can show everybody, Block Party Radio, you can get all the local listings at kimscottmusic.com. Click the tab Block Party Radio, and this is the new mug that we have. Now she's got the pretty mug. And this is what I got. I got the Strick City cup. The red cup. Like I don't know. Like which one do you guys like better?
That's
Maybe,
funny.
maybe if you buy, I don't know. I'm giving these away. Like the Block Party Radio. Show the mug again, baby. Show the mug.
Yeah, we're not giving this away. It's going to
That
go on
costs
sale really
money.
soon. But can I talk about the promotion we're doing? Did you tell them about that?
Go ahead. I didn't.
So, for the next 2 weeks, if you follow me on Instagram, we're going to be choosing 2 lucky winners, one this week, one next week, to get this for free as a gift from us. You'll get the first batch that we've ordered. It's a great cup. Like I said, it has a spoon. It's an 11-ounce coffee mug, custom Kim Scott's Block Party Radio mug. And while you're at it, we might even throw in a shirt. Who knows? So follow me on Instagram. That's K Scott Flute, the letter K, SCOTTFLUTE. And you might be a winner. But listen to the show. The show airs across the country. I don't know if my sweet, humble husband told you that we work together on the show. Did you tell him that?
I told him it was my show, but go ahead.
So we work together, and we have a blast doing it. We're so blessed that it's been picked up by so many stations across the country, and we're really excited to play music by other artists. We want to be advocates for smooth jazz and be champions of other artists out there grinding and making great music, whether you're independent artists or label artists.
So tonight, I hope that as you see Kim and I live tonight, that you're inspired just a little bit. We do several different things, and we partner together on some of those endeavors. Actually, I get a chance to carry her bags when it comes to the shows. We like to go together and kind of hang out. I call it a vacation, and she's actually working, so it's good for both of us. But I hope that we encourage you. We're doing some stuff together right now to even impact families in a different way financially. And we are really excited about some of the things that God has opened the door for us to do together. Kim, I love you so very much.
I love you. We forgot to do one thing. We've
What's
got to
that?
say hello, and we love our children.
That's what's
We've
up.
got 3 boys. Hey, boys. Hope y'all are watching. Jaden, Joshua, Jason. y'all are, you know, hanging in there and supporting us too in what we're doing, because mommy and daddy are busy bees. But you know, we have a great family. We do a lot of things together, and a lot of times music is at the core of a lot of what we do. So
It is. It is. So, Kim, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Listen, I got a couple of things I want
thank
to
you.
do, and we're going to end tonight's show with a video that's actually done by a friend of ours' son. So, Kim, you want to introduce that a little bit?
Yeah, the video and the song was written by Evan Pazant. He's a son of a good friend of ours, Sean Pazant, and you know, he was inspired to write something about the times that we're living in right now with racism, and it's all about love and acceptance, and it's just beautifully done. He actually composed it. He did the video himself, and we're just really proud to support him in his, you know, willingness to serve the people and bring hope and love to the world.
There you go. Here it is right here. God bless you, Kim. Love you. I see you
Love
in
you. God
just
bless
a
you too.
second.
See you upstairs.
My God, I just don't get it. How can we still be dealing with this? How can we? Yeah, not making change, even though we witness all these precious lives ripped from existence. Justice deserved, but not being served. Families only left with the pain and the hurt. So how many more before we start seeing the cycle won't stop if we keep retreating? The war's only won if you march down the hill, and if we all don't fight for what's right, then who will? Yeah, cause I'm so tired of change being overdue. But it's gonna take me and you. Oh yeah, it's true. So stand up, my brothers and sisters. Join your hands with me, cause we're always stronger together when there's evil to defeat. And I know we can all make change, make a way for a brighter day. But the fact right now, at the end of the day, is all lives don't matter till we treat it the same. Yeah, all lives don't matter till we treat it the same. Whoa, whoa, yeah.
We live? Yeah. Strick City. Woo! Strick City. All over the world.
City, man, we live.